Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something I think is fundamental for making changes stick. We're talking about discipline over motivation.
It's a huge topic because, so many of us fall into that trap. Right? We're waiting around hoping for that big surge of motivation before we actually do something.
You wait for the feeling. You think you need it to start that workout or the project or whatever it is. But I guess the core idea we need to unpack today is, well, motivation just isn't reliable, is it?
Not in the long run, no. Discipline, that's the bedrock. That's what actually gets results consistently.
And that's where we're really diving deep. We've all had that spark, that initial excitement. Starting something new, it feels great, really energizing.
Oh, absolutely. It's powerful for getting started. But the problem is it fades, like really quickly sometimes.
So it's like a bright flash, but then poof, gone.
Exactly. Whereas discipline, that's more like a steady flame. It keeps burning, keeps you going, even on the days you feel, completely flat.
That's the core idea, isn't it? That steady consistency. Let's talk about real life here.
Yeah.
Think about New Year's. January 1st, you're unstoppable.
Oh, yeah. Got the new running shoes, the planner all filled out, big plans.
Totally motivated. You can see the finish line.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Come mid-February.
For a lot of people, yeah, that initial fire it's pretty much gone out. It's a really common pattern.
So why? Why does that happen so often?
Well, the thing is, motivation is tied directly to your emotions. It's fundamentally an emotional state.
Right. And emotions are, well, they're all over the place.
Exactly. Your mood swings, your energy level changes, maybe you didn't sleep well, maybe it's raining outside. All these things can just knock your motivation flat. So if your whole strategy is built on feeling like it,
You're building on shaky ground.
very shaky ground. It's unstable. You're basically waiting for permission from your feelings to act.
That really puts it starkly. If you only move when you feel motivated, you're going to spend a lot of time just waiting.
You really are, which highlights why we need something else, something more robust.
Okay, so let's talk about that alternative. Discipline. What is it, really? Because I think it gets a bad rap sometimes. Sounds harsh.
Yeah, it can sound like punishment or, denying yourself anything fun, but that's not really it. Discipline is simply the ability, the skill, really, of doing what you decided you need to do.
Even when you really, really don't feel like it.
Precisely. It's about choosing your long-term goals over your short-term mood.
Okay, so it's less about forcing yourself through misery and more about consistency, like brushing your teeth.
That's a perfect analogy. You don't wake up wondering if you're motivated to brush your teeth, do you?
No, definitely not. It just happens.
Right. It's a habit. It's ingrained. It's part of your routine, maybe even part of how you see yourself. And that's what discipline aims for. Over time, the action becomes less of a struggle and more just what you do.
So it actually removes a layer of decision-making fatigue.
Absolutely. That's a key benefit. When you're disciplined about something, you don't waste mental energy debating, should I or shouldn't I? Should I go to the gym? Should I write that chapter? The decision's already made. You just execute.
It's pre-decided. It simplifies things.
It really does.
Okay, this makes sense conceptually. But what's going on, like, inside our heads, the brain, when we choose discipline over waiting for that motivational kick, what's happening biologically?
Oh, this is fascinating. The neuroscience perspective is really helpful here. So that burst of motivation you feel, that largely activates the brain's reward system. Dopamine pathways, feeling good, anticipating a reward.
Okay, so that's the feel-good chemical hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's great for getting you excited, getting you started, but the part of the brain that handles discipline, that's mainly the prefrontal cortex.
The executive function center. Planning, long-term thinking.
Right. Your brain's CEO, basically. It handles focus, impulse control, weighing future consequences. It's less about immediate feeling and more about rational choice and sticking to the plan.
So it's like motivation is the emotional push, but discipline is the logical pull towards a future goal.
That's a good way to put it. One is more reactive, feeling-based. The other is more proactive, value-based.
Is it then a constant battle? Are we always fighting our brain's desire for that quick reward hit when we try to be disciplined?
Well, initially it can feel like that. You're training a new pathway. But the amazing thing is, the brain is plastic. The more you exercise that prefrontal cortex, the more you practice delaying gratification and making disciplined choices.
The stronger it gets.
Exactly. It literally becomes more efficient at overriding impulses and keeping you focused on what matters long term.
So it connects to that idea of willpower being like a muscle.
Precisely. You wouldn't go to the gym and try to lift the absolute heaviest weight on day one, right?
No, you'd injure yourself.
Yeah.
Or just fail completely.
Right. You start with manageable weights consistently, small reps. Each time you choose the disciplined action, even a tiny one, you're doing a rep for your willpower muscle. It gets stronger over time.
And those small daily disciplines compound into big changes.
That's the power of it.
Okay, this is all making a lot of sense. So the big question then is, how? How do we actually start building this? What are the practical steps someone listening right now can take?
Great question. Let's make it actionable. First, and this is crucial, start small. Really small.
Don't try to change your entire life overnight.
Exactly. That's a recipe for feeling overwhelmed and quitting. Pick just one thing, something manageable but meaningful. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up, or meditating for just 5 minutes, or waking up 15 minutes earlier. Keep it achievable.
Okay, start small. What's next?
Step 2, remove friction. Make the good habit easier to do and the bad habit harder.
Engineer your environment.
Yes. So if you want to read before bed, put the book on your pillow, literally. If you want to stop scrolling on your phone so much, maybe leave it charging in another room overnight. Make the desired action the path of least resistance.
Simple but effective. Okay, step 3.
Track your progress. This is huge for momentum. Whether it's a calendar with X's, a habit tracking app, a journal, just having a visual record of your consistency is incredibly powerful.
Seeing the chain build up, you don't want to break it.
Exactly. It builds confidence. It shows you proof that you can do it.
Makes sense. Is there a final step?
Yes, and it's about mindset. Forgive slip-ups, but adopt a never skip twice rule.
Okay, explain that.
Look, life happens. You'll miss a day sometimes. You might get sick or have an emergency. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. The key is not letting one missed day turn into 2, then 3, then falling off completely. Get right back on track the very next day. No excuses.
So acknowledge the slip, but don't let it derail you. The comeback is more important than perfection.
Absolutely. Consistency over perfection. Always.
Right. So let's just pull this all together. Motivation feels great. It gets you excited. It's the spark.
Yep, fantastic for starting. But it's unreliable. It fades.
And discipline. That's the steady flame. It's doing the thing even when you don't feel like it. It's built through small actions, removing friction, tracking, and getting back up after a stumble.
That's the essence of it, and that's what truly leads to long-term achievement.
You see this in successful people all the time, don't you? Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists.
Absolutely. They don't just rely on feeling inspired every day. They have routines, systems, commitments. They show up. They put in the work regardless of their mood that day. That's the difference maker.
So for anyone listening who has a big goal, maybe writing a book, getting fit, building a business, learning a skill.
You can't just wait for motivation to carry you there. It won't. You need systems. You need discipline. You need consistent action.
It's about building systems, not relying on moods.
Perfectly put. And here's the really interesting part, maybe a paradox.
Oh.
Discipline actually creates more freedom, not less.
How so? That seems counterintuitive.
Well, once those positive habits are ingrained, they become automatic. You're not constantly fighting yourself, debating choices, draining your willpower. You free up mental energy. Your daily life flows more easily because the important things are handled almost on autopilot. That's a form of freedom.
Freedom from the constant battle with yourself. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so time for our deep dive challenge then. What should people take away and actually do?
All right, here it is. Choose one small habit, something meaningful to you, but genuinely manageable. Just one. And commit to doing it every single day for the next 7 days, no matter what.
7 days, one small habit. Rain or shine, motivated or not.
Exactly. And maybe tell someone, a friend, a partner. Just saying it out loud can really boost your commitment. Accountability helps.
Good idea. So pick the habit, commit for 7 days, maybe share it with someone.
Yep. And remember, the goal isn't to be perfect on day 1 or even day 7. The goal is consistency, building that muscle, showing up for yourself.
Discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger the more you practice it.
That's the key insight. Keep practicing.
Fantastic. Thank you for breaking that down. Lots to think about there.
My pleasure. It's a crucial shift in perspective, I think.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time, stay steady, stay disciplined, and keep diving deep.